We recording? Good morning. So this might look a little crazy. My name is Kim Branum. It is 2:30 in the morning in Estes Park, Colorado, and I'm recording my very first episode of my podcast. I decided to call the podcast Midlife Mayhem, and what better way to start it off by real life, which is me waking up in the middle of the night with my brain going a million miles a minute, so many things to think about. And I've been trying to record the podcast for several weeks and was trying to make it too perfect and scripted and was scared of messing up. And then I was like, okay, I woke up this morning and was like, you just need to do this. Just get it out there. So here it is. Welcome to Midlife Mayhem. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kim Branum. I'm a registered nurse. I'm a wellness coach. I'm a boy mom of 3 and have a wonderful husband, Steven, who is the PA for our practice, our medical director. And we own Thin Space Wellness. So it's a wellness practice. We focus on medically managed weight loss, hormonal balancing for both men and women. We do aesthetics, so Botox, Juvederm, fillers, Sculptra, biostimulators. And the main purpose in doing those things is full facial balancing. So, when people start the weight loss program, they lose weight, and it's not exclusive to just their body, like where they want to lose it, obviously. So you have fat pads in your face that are lost and depleted. So the aesthetic side comes in because as those things get depleted in your face, we can rejuvenate and naturally make people have the scaffolding, the support under their skin so that it doesn't have that sagging skin or the Ozempic face that you hear about. So anyway, we do lots of things that all midlife mamas eventually will need. And we're going to talk about all those things on this podcast. So sometimes it'll be just me. Sometimes I'll look decent and nice and my hair will be fixed, maybe. Other times, this is what you get. So, so we'll have lots of people that I'll interview. Some of my patients are willing to get on and talk about their experiences with some of the services we offer. A lot of midlife mamas. Steven, my husband, will be on here occasionally. Not at 2:30 in the morning though, but anyway, so I'm in Estes Park, Colorado. Just to give you a little background, Steven and I live between 2 states. So we spend half of our time in North Carolina each month and half of our time in Estes Park, Colorado. I'll do another podcast a later time explaining how that all came to fruition. But that's been about a 2-year journey for us. We've been coming to Estes for as long as I've known Steven because his mom lived here. So fell in love with Estes, and it's why we called our wellness practice Thin Space Wellness, is because people call Estes Park the thin space between heaven and earth. I have had people ask me before if it's because we do medically managed weight loss, thin space. It is absolutely not, but just a happy coincidence. So our hearts are in Estes Park. We love North Carolina as well. I'm from Wilmington, from the beach. So I'm a beach girl gone mountain girl. And really enjoy splitting our time between the two. It does get a little crazy, which is why I'm probably up at 2:30 in the morning here, drinking my Bones coffee. If you haven't had Bones coffee, it's absolutely delicious. It's the only reason that I'm able to drink black coffee in the mornings. This is not an ad. This is actual Bones coffee that I love. Anyway, it's not kicked in yet, clearly. But so we had the wellness practice in North Carolina, and when we decided to split our time between the 2 states, we started the practice here. It's really picked up, so we're about equal in both places. And we do also offer telehealth and virtual appointments for people. So right now that's in Colorado, for Colorado residents, North Carolina, South Carolina residents. And starting October 1st, we will be able to expand into 18 more states. I'm so excited. So at that point, yes, we're going to have to hire somebody to help me, assist me. But anyway, right now it's just me and Steven, and we love what we do. There are some challenges, I will admit. So I know, social media, those of you that follow me on Instagram and Facebook, I love to post. I'm a content creator. I love creating content around things that I love, my family, travel, wellness, products that I love. I love sharing products that are very beneficial for wellness and longevity. And so I like to share those with people through social media. But in that, sometimes the downside is that people can see it and be like, oh, she's got this perfect life. Oh my gosh, look at her perfect son. Oh my gosh, look at her perfect little family. We'll go with that. Anyway, sip of coffee. So it's a little weird sitting here just talking all by myself, but it's okay. So the biggest challenge that I feel on my shoulders right now is our sweet children. So like I mentioned, we have 3 boys, and our 10-year-old comes back and forth with us. We're a very blended family. Any blended families out there? Maybe. So we're very blended, and Mo, his name's Merrick Owen, and his brother's nicknamed him Mo, is our 10-year-old. He's going into the 5th grade. And then we have 2 17-year-old boys, Colson and Braden, who are going to be seniors this year, which is a whole nother can of worms. My goodness, I can't believe they're going to be graduating. So Mo, because he's Stephen and mine, ours, we had him together. He's our child. He's stuck with us. So he travels back and forth with us, as does our dog. And the challenge right now is figuring out what to do with him for school. So he is extremely adaptable. He's very flexible, which I appreciate so much about him. And the hard part is that he is very social. He's very athletic. He wants to be a quarterback for a pro team when he grows up. And so the past 2 years, his school in North Carolina has allowed him to miss days and let me teach him when he's out in North Carolina and do his work out here. So it's been the biggest blessing. I know it's been extremely challenging on his teachers, administration. I'm sure it's just this big headache that they tolerated. So I thank you to you. You know who you are. But we couldn't have done it without them allowing him to do that and have that transition time with his friends and, just kind of adjust to living in the travel life. So at this point, though, he'll be missing quite a bit more school. We typically see our patients in North Carolina and Estes Park about equal each month. However, September is the elk rut in Estes Park, Colorado. So if you don't know what that is, I'll get into that in another episode. But it is the most magical time in Estes Park with all of the elk and the mating season. And it's just amazing. Bugling, unbelievable times. So we're going to be here the majority of September, which is his first month of school, or should be. So the big question now, and the reason I'm up at 2:30 in the morning is, are we making the best choices for our son? So Estes Park Elementary School has been so amazing to say that they would be flexible with him missing days. And so if he wanted to go to school here, he could. And then we were looking at Colorado Virtual Academy, which we've heard is amazing. And then we've talked about homeschool. So let's talk about that for a second. The challenges with homeschool are that I work, I have patients, and his brothers aren't always with us. They stay with their other parents when we're out here, and then when we're in North Carolina, then we get to see at least Colson. So it's a whole different story. But so that's really challenging because he's going to be by himself a lot and on his own and self-directed, and I'm not sure how much of that would lead to Fortnite. And that is not fire, as Mo would say. It's not cool. So I'm not too thrilled about the idea of homeschool, just because I don't trust myself that I wouldn't rely on what's easy and be like, oh, sure, go watch TV. Sure, go play video games. Mommy's got to see a patient. No, that's not going to work. So on the other side, the virtual academy, my fear is a little bit the same, except they've assured me that there's about 5 hours of work Monday through Friday. It's self-directed, but they do have classes online where he can sit in a class with his classmates. So it sounds pretty cool. And the benefit to that is that it would give us extreme flexibility with if we wanted to pick up and made $1 million and could go to Mexico or something. I mean, you never know. But so that's a really good option. And then the other thing, is the Estes Park Elementary School. What's thrilled me about that is that they are the sweetest people. Like, I met with the principal and the assistant principal last week, and they are two of just the sweetest women, very genuinely and clearly care for what's best for the child. So it really melted my heart. I'm going to tear up just talking about it. It really melted me to talk to two total strangers who very clearly cared about my son and our family immediately. So, ruin my eye patches, make my eyes puffier than they were when I woke up. So that felt like the right decision to make. And it still feels in my heart, it's pulling on me like it feels like the right decision to make because he could be in school with friends. He could get better connected into Estes Park. Yeah. I don't know. What do you do? I know that all parents struggle with this stuff, right? Like where do you put your kids in school? Do you just do what you're supposed to do with your district and go with public school, charter schools, private schools, homeschool? It's endless. So that's part of my mama guilt is with us traveling so much is that it's really hard for him to play sports because how do you play on a sports team, especially as they get older and more competitive? Sorry, geez Louise. How does he play on a sports team when he's missing 2 weeks a month or more in either state? So then the same, kind of worries me about school is that if he is in school, they've said they'll be lenient and that's amazing. I'm sure the teachers are great. There are 53 kids total in the 5th grade and 4 teachers. I mean, it's amazing. But my fear is that we will feel more pressure. It's like one more schedule to have to schedule our trips around. And one more thing that's pressure on him, that if he's missing school in Estes Park and we're in North Carolina, what if he doesn't have enough work to do in North Carolina? Then I'm in the same situation as I would be with homeschool. So, wow, this is really not what I planned for my first podcast. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is not the outfit that I had picked out, but it'll do. Okay, so let's keep it at least somewhat short and sweet. There is my current state of the union. So if you are a midlife mama, if you are feeling stuck, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like your life is just sheer chaos, I see you. I get it. I'm here. So I hope you'll come join us. There may be no one that listens to this podcast, and that's just okay. Because it really has been something in the making for several years that I've wanted to share my story. I want to talk about more of the things that people don't talk about, especially surrounding women's health. Blended families, tough topics, extremely tough topics, but somebody needs to make it normal to talk about those things. So all the things that, you're probably feeling as a midlife mama that I feel as a midlife mama and I don't necessarily talk about, that's what we'll be discussing here. So thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing me the space to talk through what's on my brain, what's keeping me up at night. Yeah, this will be really good for hopefully a lot of you and the people listening, and it'll be really good for me. So thank you. Welcome again to Midlife Mayhem. Cheers. And hopefully in 8 hours when you wake up, you'll enjoy listening to this. Okay, take care. Cheers.